The back end to get an interception.
We got to win the battle for the ball. I mean, we got to do a great job in our coverage, and we got to win those one-on-one matchups. And hopefully, I mean, they come in spurts. So hopefully this week we start it up.
Coach Tanner was saying he's nervous about the celebration when you finally get one because it's been a long time coming. I mean, how badly does those guys? That's what they try to do is get interceptions. They haven't had one yet. I mean, how eager are they to get one?
Oh yeah, I mean, I talked to the guys. I'm sure if Tubes gets an interception, I gotta calm him down because he might throw the ball into the stands with excitement. So they're eager to get one. I mean, it's a big challenge this week for us, and we're challenging those guys that we gotta not only force fumbles, recover fumbles, but we gotta get some turnovers from interceptions as well.
A guy like John Matier, I mean, obviously you guys have faced a lot of scrambling quarterback, but he's a guy who can throw for 400 and run for another 100. You know, what do you got to do to contain him, and just how much more challenges is he than the guys you guys have already faced?
It's funny because his name is John, and he reminds me of Johnny Football. So I'm going to give him his new nickname right now, Johnny Football 2.0. He's top 15 in rushing, top 15 in passing. He's number 3 overall in total offense. So we got to do a great job in coverage, but then we also got to do a great job with him in the quarterback run game. So it's 11 on 11. So it's like we're really playing basketball on grass. Normally you have not a dual threat quarterback that you don't have to count for a lot. If he's dropping back, he's going to throw it, and then if he doesn't, he might get sacked. This guy is 11 on 11, and he's one of the best players in the country. So I'm fired up for Bronco Nation to make it as loud as possible to help us out on defense. Hopefully we got 12 people on the field at all times counting the crowd.
You call him Johnny Football. I mean, if you do look at some of Manziel's stats from when he was in college, they're actually pretty similar over the first 4 games of the season. What is it about their ability to improvise? I mean, almost like once the play hits like 4 or 5 seconds, they actually get better, it feels like.
Oh, yeah, he does a great job throwing on the run. There's been several times where, especially down in the red zone, he scrambles, he gets out, the defenders start pursuing, he just dips it off to one of his players. So, I mean, we got to do a great job plastering. If he does get out, just staying on body on our coverage, we got to do a great job in our rush lanes as well against him. I mean, it's an unbelievable challenge for our defense. And like Coach D just mentioned before, I mean, we had all hands on deck playing quarterback this week. DJ Killens, a former NFL player that's on our staff, was running around there going live contact on him. So we're definitely prepared, but I can't wait for Saturday.
With all that being said, I mean, as good as he is and he's put up a ton of yards, there are a few times in a game where he's going to put the ball in harm's way a little bit. So have you noticed a common thread to that at all with him? Is it when he's pressured, or like what is there a common thread there with that?
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. To me, like a guy like him, I mean, you got to be able to mix it up. You can't just always drop 8 because he'll just sit there and think that, hey, he can outrun some of the defenders. But really, we got to do a great job in those situations, trying to get after him. And I think the biggest thing, he has an unbelievable arm. Coach Collins was just talking about fastball. He has a fastball. There is no changeup with him. So I think he trusts his arm a lot. He trusts his wide receivers. So when the ball's in the air, we got to go make plays.
I know the stats get skewed a little bit in 3 games, but you guys are among the worst in third down so far on defense. I mean, is it just being too much third and short? They're not far enough back, or what are you seeing right now? And obviously, how big is that going to be in this game?
I mean, some of those things just come down to just being able to execute on the field. I mean, some of it's just tackling. I mean, there's been a couple times where we wrap the quarterback up in the backfield. He gets out, he scrambles. It's a 3rd and short, and we fit it properly. A missed tackle turns to an explosive play. So that's been a big challenge the last couple weeks for our guys. And really, after that first week, we've actually been a lot more consistent on 3rd down. So we got to do a great job this week because at the end of the day, those are going to be the things that win us football games, 3rd down and red zone. If we win those 2 things, we'll win the game. If we don't win those 2 things, we won't.
Coach mentioned, guys like yourself that had never coached here before, that first game on the blue, and he was trying to tell you what it was going to be like. What was your experience like last Saturday? Knowing the importance and the hype for this game, how much more bigger do you think it'll be?
Oh, that was an unbelievable experience. I felt like I was back in college at Notre Dame at a game, just running out there, and like even some of the coaches were. I didn't believe there was a horse. I saw it, and all of a sudden the horse ran out. One of the coaches was like, "Hey, there's going to be a dog who gets the tee." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I just don't want you to be like, what the heck is going on?" But it was awesome environment. And I think the coolest thing for me was just getting home late at night, and my dad was here at the game and just telling me how much my 2-year-old son was fired up, smiling from ear to ear because he's never seen anything like that before. So just hearing the way he was looking at the game, and he thinks Ashton is his brother, so I'm fired up about that. He calls him Ashton Stockton. So I told Ashton, now welcome to the family. All right, so no, awesome experience. This is big time football, and it should be like that every weekend.
And how much do you need him on Saturday to be, help you even more?
Which one, the crowd or Ashton?
Both.
We need both of them. We need both of them to keep doing what they've been doing. But no, the crowd was amazing, and I can't wait for this weekend. We're going to need them not only on third down in the red zone, but on first down, second down. We need to make it as difficult as possible for these guys to operate, because they will go fast, so we need to be as loud as possible.
Talking with Zion, he said at one point in time in his life he probably was a little more reserved and a little more shy, and now it just seems like he's pretty open, pretty gregarious and vocal. I was joking around with Kid Canijo yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, Zion, you should just be like the young guy that would contribute a little bit." Now only Ty's played more than him on defense. What have you seen? What's been the key to Zion's growth, and what do you think of the way he's played so far?
He's got a quiet swagger about him. I mean, he really does a great job on the field. He's very consistent. He's playing fast. And I think he's just starting to realize the role that he is in, that he's a guy that we're counting on. And I think he's starting to get a lot of confidence, play a lot faster, and I think that's starting to get his personality out a lot more as each game goes on, as practice goes on. But really, he's got a quiet swagger and a confidence about him that I really like.
What player in your safety unit would you say, based on everything you've seen, is having the best year?
I mean, really, a guy like Rod has been playing really well. Him and Shea have been kind of spelling each other, playing 50% of the game. He's been really consistent, and he's a guy, too, that has started a lot of games here, that has not been the starter throughout the last 3 games, but he comes in and he plays well, plays at a high level, but really consistent, especially getting after the quarterback as well. And a guy like Tubes is the guy that I want to have on the field every single play. So him getting out of the Oregon game broke my heart, but he's definitely, him and Rod have been very consistent.
And to do that, you've gotten, you put 6 DBs out there a lot this year, and kind of having the one linebacker more. I mean, I know you weren't here last year, but that's more than they've been doing it. What do you like about that? And obviously, from your group, you're getting a lot of guys on the field.
The biggest thing I like about it, we can disguise some different things. And as a coach, I mean, we have 4 guys just in my room on the field at all times, so I have to be on my P's and Q's. So I'm not getting a lot of sleep, because I know that there's sometimes I'm coaching a guy who's playing linebacker, coaching a guy who's playing D-line, coaching a guy who's playing man-to-man. So for our group, it's an awesome challenge, and we know in our group, man, we'll go as far as our group does on the team. So it's a great challenge for us, but it fires me up as a coach, and it fires them up too, because I have a lot of seniors that deserve to play, and we got to keep performing at a high level.
What's the biggest challenge when you face a team that A, spreads the field out across, and then it seems like they don't have a lot of one guy that's the big guy as a receiver. They got a lot of guys that are all pretty good. So what's that challenge?
The biggest challenge is going to be the quarterback, for sure, stopping him, because we can do a great job in coverage, and all of a sudden he takes off. Or we can be worried about too much on run game, and he throws a quick ball and it's a one-on-one missed tackle. So just being able to change up the picture, whether it's a certain coverage, a certain pressure, to disrupt his timing a little bit, it's going to be a huge challenge for us this weekend.
Thanks, Coach.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Appreciate it, guys.